What's going on, everybody? It's your man Jeff, Philly Freck 215.
Yo, man, it's Pastor Carl, man. Pastor Carl Day on Twitter, Instagram, everything else. Only pastor and football podcaster in America. And as I say every week, man, if I'm not the only one, I'm the realest one. So it's good to be back, y'all. It's been a little minute.
A little layoff, like a little mini bye week.
Yeah, a little mini bye week, man. We had a great time last Monday night performing live, recording live at the Green Turtle. And again, man, shout out to them. A little special treat we have for our listeners, man, in the Philly area. If you go to the Green Turtle, you mention podcast to them, and if you purchase 2 entrees, guess what? You get a free appetizer. You know, so you can let them know, man, Troll Free Sports. Let them know, man, mention the word podcast. Get 2, you get 2 entrees, get a free appetizer out of that. So, again, man, you got an appetizer on us, man. Shout out to the Green Turtle, man, for running the specials. Man, they show mad love, man. Y'all really got to stop through there, man, and check them out. And, again, man, it's a great atmosphere if you're a sports fan or if you're a fan of anything else, man. Again, you can control your TV from where you sit down at. You can even put Paw Patrol on for the kids and continue to have a good time. So, Week 7 is in the books, y'all. Lots to talk about today. Both teams actually played this week, Last week, I, had to kind of focus just on the Birds. But this week, we back to the Birds and the boys. And let's start our rundown, man. So 3 up, 3 down, man. Let's get it, Jeff. What you said, you always want to cover what? The down first? What you want to do?
It's up. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? We could do.
Yeah, we can start with the down. Let's start with the down.
All right. Well, my first down, the offensive line for us, started out. Our first drive was just terrible, man. We had like 4 penalties in a row. You know what I'm saying? And Washington got a good front. They a tough front 7. But it was a couple plays, man. They was blitzing us heavy up the middle. We couldn't get it. Couldn't get it blocked up. Well, they was getting the Wentz, sacking them early. We couldn't get nothing going offensively. They kind of stuffed the run game. And this was the second time we played them in our run game. Couldn't get going. They just seemed like they was out of sync. You know what I mean? Even with Peters was in there, it still was bad. Like it was a play where we ran a bootleg and Lane Johnson was like just standing there, not like blocking nobody. And Foster and Kerrigan both came free. Like I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the layoff. You know what I'm saying? Like we had a little layoff, but yeah, it was a kind of sloppy performance out of them. They kind of got it together eventually, pass protection wise. But it was a little shaky. Mm-hmm. And that's been one of our strongest units going into the season. Going on along through the season. But yeah, they was a little shaky Monday night. Second down, Najee Good, man. He was anything but good Monday. Had the feeling for Hicks. Chris Thompson touchdown pass. It was clear it was his man. And just let him go. That's the one person they got. That's really, really a true weapon. You know what I'm saying? That's what they've been going to this year. Like, he's the one guy they've been going to for big plays. Mm-hmm. You never want to let him loose. And he just, looked lost. Then when the play was over, he was, pointing around like, no, that was your man. You know what I'm saying? And he had missed tackles. Mm-hmm. And the tight ends was killing us, Monday night in the middle of the field, So going forward, that's something to keep an eye on. Hopefully, Kendricks get healthy soon so he can come back. But, he was even Joe Walker as well. He missed some tackles and was, confused on some crossing routes over the middle. So that's some things we can get cleaned up. And going forward, my third down was Jim Schwartz. You see Kirk Cousins, he really don't have – I don't know if he don't have chemistry. He just don't trust the outside receivers. But he don't go to them often. Mm-hmm. So, I don't understand why we wasn't kind of blitzing a little bit more. You know what I mean? Because – they was picking the middle of the field apart, you know what I'm saying? They kind of kept the game close throughout the game. We could have, built a nice lead, but the defense, kept giving up long drives and stuff like that. But Kirk Cousins was just going to the same guys, and it was like no adjustments. I know we still won, but I don't know, if he didn't losing Hicks change things or what. But, I think we should have blitzed more because when we did blitz him, it was, we got to him or we messed up the pass and we got off the field because – third and short, they wouldn't run the ball on us. So every time it was third down, you knew what they was doing, and the blitz was working. So I think he should have blitzed a little bit more Monday night. That's my preference. But, yeah, that was my 3 downs, man. O-line, Najee Good, Jim Schwartz.
Gotcha.
Those are my three.
Gotcha. And I'm gonna be honest, man. This was a tough thing for me because it's like, you know, the 49ers game was kind of
when you
like,
blow out somebody. It's
it was definitely kind of a wash. But I mean, if I could say 3 down, it was really tough for me. But I'll definitely say Jeff Heath. I gotta always go back to Jeff Heath, man.
You know, he was kicking them field goals, man.
Shout out to Jeff Heath, man. You know, he kicked the ball and all that, man. You know, they might have found the potential spot for him, man, on the team that they can actually excel at. You know, made extra point and all of that. But I still felt like, you know, points of the game, Jeff just, man, really gets lost out there in coverage. Takes bad angles, man, closing in on tackles. Another move, man, where he just got juked and put on his knees again out there. Which is dangerous, man. Which is dangerous. I think that, you know, as an open field tackler, he made a few plays, few solid plays, few solid tackles. I don't want people thinking I'm just bashing and beating on Jeff Heath, but he's really not good. Like he doesn't need to be out there. Like it's you know, and the crazy thing is like Xavier Woods, man, the dude they've been moving him in a slot and everything. So I mean, I think they've really been appreciating his versatility. But he's the safety, man. He is that safety in that position, man, and they need to stop playing with that. But yeah, Jeff Heath, man. Again, man, it still leaves me out there. It's like I'm nervous every time. Every time they go up, man, in that area. I just still think, man, he needs to improve. And I'll say this as well. Although they didn't do enough to really, you know, to really win anything or move the ball, anything. I still would say the run defense is down. You know, Hyde definitely, and Carlos Hyde is a solid back anyway, period. He is, like, the Ohio State Buckeyes, you know what I'm saying? He's a Buckeye. So, I mean, he's definitely a solid back. But I still feel like, you know, outside of Lee, and Hitchens showed up too, all right. He showed up solid. But I still think, man, it's plays where we're so vulnerable to that stretch run with the cutback. And it's like when that cutback comes, they stretch the plays outside. And when they make that cut, it's just like boom. You know what I'm saying? Like running backs are picking chunks up, which is like dangerous, you know. But I mean, Dallas did a great job of weathering the storm a few times. But I mean, it was like 3rd and short. San Fran was just like guaranteed, okay, we're gonna pick up this 3rd and short. So I definitely think that the run defense, you know, it was some issues there. And then last, like for my last, you know, third person to be down, I really want to say Terrence Williams. And I'm going to go back to Terrence Williams because, I mean, watching the film, I see a guy that really struggles to get open. I watched Terrence Williams, and I just really feel like, you know, and I'm probably nitpicking, you know, in a game where we blew a team out, but it troubles me because, and it just goes to show you how good Dak Prescott's been, but I just feel like, man, when you really see Terrence Williams out there, again, he's a guy that's not creating too much separation, doesn't really catch the ball with his hands. And I was just watching him out there, and it was like teams weren't afraid of him at all, at all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really puzzled to why they haven't started Bryce Butler, but, you know, over Terrence Williams. But I definitely think that, you know, I got to put him down as a down for me because, again, like he's a guy that's just really failing to really do anything on offense. So, yeah, it's my 3 down, man.
Yeah, like I said, man, it's 40 to 10. It's,
yeah.
I mean, ain't much you can say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, it was hard. Yeah, it's hard for me to really, you know, for me to really like nitpick there or find a guy there. You know what I'm saying? Put a guy in the wrong. But yeah, I definitely, you know. But I mean, those 3, man, for me. All right, man, let's 3 up.
3 up, man. Well, I'm gonna start off. My man Zach Ertz, just been consistent. You know, like I told people. You know what I'm saying? Like once my man get a quarterback for the 2nd straight year, somebody he can get some chemistry with, he would do with the things he's doing so far this year. And, you know, arguably
you have been you listen, listen, I'm gonna call it like it is, Troll Free Sports. Jeff has been the only person, the only Eagles fan that I've seen consistently supporting Zach Ertz, even at the expense of arguing with his own fan base.
Always,
he has
definitely
he has definitely been behind him telling people, man, no, Zach Ertz is good, Zach Ertz is good, and people, quite frankly, really didn't want to hear it.
And want to hear my reasons.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And he know, like, we hold each other accountable to whatever we say, because we really best friends in life anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So like we talk all the time. Like, and he's definitely been a big supporter of Zach Ertz. So he ain't lying to y'all.
Like, yeah. So like, arguably been the best tight end in the league, you know, this year. If not, you know, top 2, 3, him, Kelsey, Gronk, all in the same area. But he's just been consistent, man, and at least 50 yards in every game. And the only game he didn't have 50 yards was against Carolina. He had 2 touchdowns. And that was his only 2 catches, but it was 2 for 2 touchdowns. Even making guys miss, getting extra yards, you know, that yak y'all everybody used to complain about. Still not the best blocker, but he gives effort, and he's trying there. You can see that he wants to be a complete tight end. But just the route running, the way he gets open, the way he goes up and gets the football, like, he's literally the number 1 receiver right now on the team. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and that's no knock to nobody else on the squad, but he's the guy that Wentz goes to when he's in trouble, or a guy when we need a play or a third down. Like, that's the man he looks for. Like I said, just consistent, you know what I mean? Like, gets open versus any linebacker. Safety is, like, difficult to cover him, you know, but just finally my man is showing what he can do, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he happen to have a really great quarterback throwing the ball as well, but just the consistency at quarterback is really what's helping him take that next level. And, like, he on pace for some ridiculous numbers, man. So, might be an all-pro this year. You never know if he keeps it up. But he definitely going to make the Pro Bowl. But Zach Ertz, man, my man killing it. Second up, my man Derek Barnett. Another guy, you know, I was really high on.
Your defensive rookie of the year.
Yeah, exactly. Like, last 3-4 weeks, you know, he's been getting close. Like, before this game. He finally got a half second against Carolina. But he's been getting to the quarterback, pressuring, forcing bad throws, stuff like that. You know, people be like, oh, the sack's not showing up. But if you put the film on, man, he's just learning, and he's coming on. And like they say, sacks come in bunches. You know what I'm saying? So he got a half last Thursday. They got 2 Monday night. So I'm just consistent. Want to see how he continues to perform. He's getting more snaps. He played more snaps, actually, than Vinny Curry Monday night, too. That's something to keep an eye on. Like, maybe with more playing time, you know what I'm saying? And he could be on a line where you can't chip him as much, because he'll be out there with Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham. Like, normally when he was rushing, it was him with the second-team defensive line, so he would get chipped by a running back or blocked by a tight end. But if you put him out there with Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham, you're not going to be chipping Derek Barnett. You're going to worry about Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham. So that also could be looking for something to watch if his production goes up. But he's playing great against the run. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he's getting to the quarterback consistently, beating left tackles. When he's left one-on-one, they tried to block him with Jordan Reed for one of his sacks, and that was like, I don't know what they was thinking. You know what I'm saying? But that was slight work. But just happy to see him come on and come along, and like really see him coming down the stretch and what he can be and what he can grow for this defense, man, because I really think he's a special player, man. And last but not least, Carson Wentz, like, say the best for last. This dude, listen, man, it was like, this is the first game I think he really willed the team to victory, because it was sloppy early on. Penalties, couldn't get the run game going. Like, I think Washington probably did something different on film that we wasn't ready for at first, because like receivers wasn't getting open. Like I said, the O-line wasn't holding up. We couldn't get the run game going. You know what I mean? And he threw the pick early, but I think more so that was just him trying to overcompensate for everything else. And Torrey also stopped running. But like once after that first quarter, man, he settled down. And like if you watch the game, man, like you don't even need to see the film to see what he was doing. You know what I mean? But the way he has commanded his offense, the way he's just like putting the team on his back, it's just crazy. And he's also implementing stuff he did at North Dakota State, like John Gruden touched on it, and Frank Wright said that was true. Like, he's putting plays in that he ran in college. Like, a second-year quarterback installing plays in the office, that's just, like, unheard of, man. Like, this dude is on another level. And, like, you know, right now he's arguably the favorite for MVP right now if the season was to end today. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's playing at such an elite level. And like I told y'all on previous episodes, like, every week I just feel we have a chance because we got this guy playing the way he's playing. Like, I know when he escaped the sack for the 17-yard run, everybody's talking about. My favorite play was when he hit Corey Clement for the touchdown. Like, that throw with two guys coming on you, and you still make an accurate throw like that in the end zone, like when that's your third read as well, like the play, like if you watch the play, he's supposed to just go into the flat, but shout out to Corey Clement too for adjusting and seeing that he had the open field to go ahead and adjust and run the route. You know what I mean? So for Wentz to see that was his third progression on that route as well, to see that and to still deliver accurate football, like that's just a special play. You know what I mean? And it's just like when you have a quarterback playing this way, it's like you just feel like man, we got a shot. Like something really great can happen here. I'm just so happy. And also, like I touched on it, I think it was after the Giants game, I was saying like his deep accuracy. I mean, ever since that game, his deep accuracy has been on point. You know what I mean? Like the 64-yarder to Mac Hollins, like he couldn't have walked it down there and handed it to him better. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just the way he's playing is just got the team feeling so great about themselves. Like it's like I don't, you know, I guess when we had McNabb, I guess, you know, we felt like this, but this dude is just bringing something to this organization and to this team and to this fan base that we just never seen before, man. I'm just excited to see where it could go. I can keep going on about Wentz, but man, y'all know what it is, man. But yeah, that's my 3-up, man. Ertz, all my guys actually too, all playing great Monday night. But yeah, Ertz, Barnett, Carson Wentz, man, those are my 3-ups, man.
Okay. And I also want to say this, man. It's funny because I had like fools arguing with me on Twitter, which is not, you know, just not out of the norm. But anyways, people took it as a slight. But I mean, I actually said, you know, somebody asked me, you know, was Ertz top 3? And I mean, my reply was no. But I have him, you know, right behind those 3 guys that I believe are the top 3 tight ends in football, which is, you know, Gronk, Kelsey, and Olsen. You know, so, and it's like crazy when you have people that sit there and be like, you hating, which is like so stupid to me. You know what I'm saying? That's like me telling somebody, oh, you hating because you think Le'Veon and David Johnson is better than Zeke. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, those guys, and again, I mean, the guys I mentioned are elite guys, you know what I'm saying? After the catch, these guys are great, basically doing everything out there on the field for you know what I'm saying? And have done it consistently and haven't shown you that they're falling off. I mean, Olsen just got hurt, you know what I'm saying, early in the season. So it's like you don't lose your spot as, you know, Olsen don't lose his spot just because he's out a couple weeks. So, and again, and they're elite, you know what I'm saying? So again, you know, Ertz, you know, he's having a great season, and you know what I'm saying? And again, like I said, he's in that discussion, but to me, I like those 3 guys. But I like him right in that mix though. You know, he's in that conversation, period. So, you know, that still means he's a great tight end, period. And he's having a great season. And statistically, yeah, he's outperforming a lot of those guys. You know what I'm saying? Cause of course Gronk battled injury history, you know, injuries and whatnot, but I mean, he came back and made some plays for New England this week. But you know what I'm saying? It's just like, so that's no slight. You know what I'm saying? When somebody says like, okay, he's not the top 3 guys, that's like somebody saying, you know, somebody's not like the top 3 QBs. You know what I'm saying? Like you got Hall of Famers sitting there, elite guys. If you want to go that route, you know, if you're saying overall, now you could say this year, and of course you know he's outplaying basically almost all of them this year. So that's that.
Everything,
right? So yeah, so I mean you could say that this year, but if you ask me like top 3 overall, like in the league right now, like you know just saying top 3 guys period, then like no, I wouldn't say that. But he's right there. He's coming. He's on his way. And again, he puts a full season together. He does it this year. Then you know what I'm saying. If Olsen comes back and he just ain't looking the same, and next year, you know what I'm saying. Then I'm like, yeah, it's only those guys. And I mean, Jordan Reed is another guy. He played a good game. Didn't have a solid game, like you said. Eagles gave up plays to him. I mean, he's a good tight end. He really is a good tight end. Injuries is just his greatest enemy. You know what I'm saying? Always been his greatest enemy. But the guy got every bit of ability that any of them tight ends have that we talking about. You know what I'm saying? And you know, guys like Delaney Walker still very good tight ends, but I mean his quarterback's been banged up and all of that. So a lot of things go into that. So that's why when people discuss production and what people are doing right now, we gotta be mindful when we just jump into this right now phase because, you know, again, Tyreek Hill is putting up better numbers than Julio. Is he better than Julio? No, we're not going to be foolish enough to say that. So I was like, come on, people. But anyway, your 3-up, man, is good group of guys, man. That definitely played well. 3-up for me, man. I'm doing a little cheating here, but I got things in pairs and units. 3-up, first up, man, offensive line, but major shout out to Jonathan Cooper. Jonathan Cooper played a really good game, man. To me, he looks better than Chaz Green. And I don't really think Chaz Green's an NFL starter at guard. I really don't. And the Cowboys are still trying to hold on to that. You know what I'm saying? Him being a 3rd-round pick and everything else. And I mean, I think he can be a solid or somewhat of a dependable right tackle if he actually stay healthy. But at the same time, left guard is not there for him. Lyle Collins played a great game. Tyron Smith played a great game. Martin and Frederick played great games, man. Offensive line, against a defensive front that really is known to really kind of be feisty. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people thought this game was going to be close because the Niners been close in all these games. Like, so when we wipe the floor with them and people are like, oh, it's the Niners. Never mind the fact they lost like a lot of games by like 2 or 3, and they played teams like the Rams. They just played the Redskins where they really had the Redskins dead to rights. You know what I'm saying? But again, anyway, shout out to the offensive line, man. Jonathan Cooper really played well last week. And my second up is going to be the defensive line. And specifically DeMarcus Lawrence and David Irving. David Irving came back, 2 sacks against the Packers, got another sack this week, and pressures as well. Him and DeMarcus Lawrence, man, are going to be problems, man, for people. Period. DeMarcus Lawrence, I mean, was really beating Joe Staley, who's still a good good tackle in this game right now. I mean, his hand placement is crazy. He's just in great shape. His quickness and his motor has just been crazy this year. I don't know if it's a contract year or what, but he's turning up right now. And he could be on this Brandon Graham situation where he finally came into his own, and he's just really bringing the talent out. And it's crazy because he's still only 24, 25 years old right now, which is why like Dallas is really going to have to pay him his money. Like they're going to have to. But I mean, yeah, he's killing it, man. He's killing it again, man. Those guys are showing up. And, the defensive line did a good job, man. Did a really good job. I got to give them their props, man. I will also, in my third up, and shoot, I'm kind of brief with my ups, but probably be most lengthy here. But my third up, 2-1-4, man. 2-1-4, man. Zeke and Dak. Man, my goodness. Those two guys have been literally, and I've said this for weeks now, those two guys have still been playing quality ball, man. Outside of the Denver game, Zeke has really showed up, in tough matchups, offensive line struggling, still turning things for positive yards, and finally just really, really broke out against this Niners team and this defense. I mean, was beating them up. Big play in the pass game, which people I came into the year this year when I was picking Zeke for like my offensive player of the year, not MVP because I'm like, they ain't gonna give it to running back, but I'm like, this guy literally is going to put some great yards up on the ground, and they finally gonna feature him in the passing game. You give him the ball, in space, man. Like I don't know, I think he has 2 or 3 receiving touchdowns already this year. But the guy can make plays in the passing game. 76-yard touchdown pass he caught, which was like crazy because I don't even know how he stayed in bounds. I really don't know how he kept his feet in bounds. But and shout out to my boy Noah Brown, man. Ohio State Buckeye made a good block on the play, man, for Zeke too down there downfield. But I mean, Zeke was literally finding those creases, setting those linebackers up, man, and just really getting 5-6 yards a clip every time he was touching the ball, man. Zeke was really, really running hard, man. So shout out to Zeke, but Dak Prescott, man, got to come back to the quarterback. Man, Dak, again, just literally time after time, man, just showing, man, how comfortable he is. And a lot of what you said about Wentz, man, I echo those same sentiments about Dak Prescott. Like, again, with him out there, the Rams game, you know what I'm saying, having double-digit leads on them, being able to put up 30 out there, put up 28 on the Cardinals defense when it was looking like they was just offensive line couldn't protect the kid, man. He's making plays. Aaron Donald has his hands around the guy's neck, and he's just making plays. Then the Niners game, he's avoiding pressure. They rolling out more. Same thing with the offense. They giving him more run-pass options, read options on the offense, same way he had at Mississippi State, giving him more rollouts, allowing him to really gain, freedom and make those decisions in those read options out there on the field, which kills teams. It like they showed us in the red zone, and it was like, man, I believe like 10 straight drives or 11 straight drives or something. We score touchdowns every time we're in the red zone. Like, because that team becomes almost unstoppable, virtually unstoppable. You have, if not the best red zone wide receiver in the game, in Dez Bryant. One thing people can say about Dez, he might not, he might be missing his, I don't know. He might be missing some of his quicknesses, breaking out of his routes or beating people downfield with the downfield speed. But he's another guy who really makes some tough contested catches, out of them slants and whatnot, using some of his favorite routes, but also in that red zone. Like, dude literally is a touchdown machine. Like, if you look at the stats, like, no wide receiver scores more touchdowns in the red zone, scores more touchdowns, period, than Dez Bryant over the last 5 years, period. Dude catches touchdowns. But, again, with Dak Prescott, it's like this guy literally runs and owns this offense. Last 4 games, you know what I'm saying? This team is averaging over 30 points per game. My goodness, if Sean Lee played those last 2 games, we probably, against the Packers and the Rams, would be a different story. We'd probably be sitting at 5-1, but that's neither here nor there. But I'm talking this game specifically, the pass he hit Jason Witten on the money. I mean, talk about like, yo, this is Jason Witten. You go downfield, you throw the ball down to Witten, right in the breadbasket. Jason Witten makes the one-hand grab, which just like fell right there in the end zone, and he just caught it inbounds, everything. Beautiful, beautiful play by Dak Prescott, man. And again, like you were saying, Jeff, I mean, with Dak, I feel like, you know, again, we played the Rams, played the Packers. Like, this is a guy that you know he's going to have this team in the game, even when everything ain't going right. And I think that that's one of the greatest things that he's displayed thus far. And him coming out, going at the 49ers the way he did, I feel like he's just showing you, like, yo, this is what I'm going to do week in and week out. I play the bad teams, I'm going to go right at them. You know, I play the good teams, I'm coming, and I'm going to play for sure, even if the line ain't blocking for me, even if Zeke may struggle a little bit. And I think also you got to weigh in the fact that look at what he's got on his plate. You got Dez Bryant dealing with the naysayers and everything else, trying to prove he still got it or he's still elite. You got Zeke who keep going in and out of court, and his lawyers got to keep talking to him on and every other week. Dak Prescott has been focused. You know what I'm saying? Offensive line, they rotating the left guards. One guy's learning how to play right tackle, and he's getting pressured. Tyron, you know, 2 weeks ago in Green Bay, he's getting heating pads all on his back and stuff every other drive. And this kid has still just been commanding this team, getting 30+. So, again, man, I mean, 4 touchdown performance. You know what I'm saying? Like, 11 touchdowns last 3 games. You know, he has, 17 total touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? 14 in the air, 3 on the ground. And, I mean, his numbers is up there with everybody. So, again, like I said, Dak Prescott, man, another great game by this guy. And, again, man, I'm just, 3 straight games over 3 touchdowns. Again, man, he just – listen, man, the kid don't cease to amaze me, man. And again, over these next few games, man, I really feel great about him playing against these teams, man, and really wanting and desiring to win. And he made one statement that was crucial, and he said, listen, man, we really still haven't hit on all cylinders yet, which he is right about. This offensive line's first time. You know, the offensive line been on my down like every week. You know what I'm saying? So this is the first time the O-line finally put a complete game together, and with Sean Lee out there, with the defense a bit healthier, and Lawrence and those guys back. I mean, this team is about to start really coming into their own, but again, 2-1-4, man. They made my third up, man.
Yeah, it's a good list. You know what I mean? Like I said, when you drop 40 on the team, right. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to be a collective effort. You know what I mean? You can't just. It's going to be hard to single out one player. So you know what I mean?
Which is why I had to go. You know what I mean? I had to go with a couple defensive line, offensive line. Right. I had to go with a couple.
Yeah,
units,
man. Cause, that's rare in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? No matter how bad a team is, blowouts is just rare,
right? Because they NFL players and they still out there with pride. They not trying to get hurt. You can't think teams about to go out there and just lay it down because you get your head knocked off.
I mean, look at the Browns. They in every game every week. You know what I'm saying? Every game. Nobody rarely blows them out. But
shoot, the Giants is too. For the most part,
right,
they 1-6. But those guys ain't gonna go out there. You know what I'm saying? And just think they gonna slack, man. You get your knee knocked off.
Right. You gotta do that in football.
Yeah, you got to play hard, man.
Yeah, no, definitely. You know what I'm saying? I can't say like I don't agree because. Dak played well with Zeke. That's the key to I think y'all see like Zeke having them big plays like because early in the year he wasn't hitting them big runs yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they were saying he wasn't out of shape yet or whatever the case may be. But that was the first time you seen him make a play like he did last year. You know what I'm saying? Take that screen pass to the house.
Even a 25-yard touchdown.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like you wasn't seeing them early in the year. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. But you see that just changes the dynamics of everything. When he's making those big plays, you know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, I think he's the key to, y'all winning, winning big or just winning games, period. I think 21 got to be the focal point. But, yeah, like I said, I think Dak playing better this year than he was last year from what I see. Just the team success ain't there.
Agree.
You know what I mean? Like I'm saying, so. But, I ain't got no can't disagree with your ups or your downs.
So, What was you doing moment, man?
I touched on it earlier. It was the play where Lane Johnson was not blocking anyone. He was a Madden glitch. It looked like he was just standing there in his stance. Like I said, I'm like, yo, Lane, like, I mean, do something, man. And like, you seen Wentz get up and he slammed the ball. Like, yo, what is y'all? You know what I'm saying? Like, he showed the feistiness. Like, yo, we had a play call here. Like, what's going on? But yeah, man, Lane was just in his stance, like just moving. And I'm like, yo, like Kerrigan to your right, Foster coming through on your left. Like, pick one, dog. Like, what's going on? So, like I said, I don't know if it was the long layoff that there's a little rusty. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was my what was you thinking, man? Like, he was just literally didn't block anyone, and it was two guys he could have at least attempt to move or slide to, and he just let them both come through, man. And it was actually the play right before went through the 64-yarder to Hollins. But yeah, man, that was my what was you thinking moment, man. This was like a glitch. He was just standing there.
Got you. My what was you thinking moment. Late in the fourth quarter. Your team is blowing the 49ers out. Why do you still have your franchise quarterback in them out there on the drive that they were still out there on?
Yeah.
They were like trying to, make plays between that and the first half, the end of the first half. Like, it was like 40 seconds left. Dallas was still trying to, like, you got to lead. And it was still trying to, like, granted, it wasn't like hugely, it was still double digits. But, you're running out of time. You got like one timeout left. What were you really trying to do there? You know what I'm saying? All of that to, like, then I think pressure start coming on your quarterback. Then you're just like, oh, hey, let the light bulb turn on. Let's just try to run this thing out. Mind you, your kicker is done. Like, at the time, Bailey was out for the game. So,
right.
you couldn't, like, set up shop and go for a 54-yard field goal. So what the heck was you thinking by just trying to force something to happen? And then later on in the game, it was like, yo, all right, we're spanking these guys. Mind you, though, I got Zeke for fantasy football, so I'm just hoping they pile on the points. But at the same time, it's just like, yo, okay, we're reaching the point of the game where if somebody goes down, you look like the joke of the week. Really, what are you doing?
Hey, maybe they was like you and had them on fantasy. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we never know, man.
Garrett was playing FanDuel.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know what I'm saying? You never know.
Yo, listen, no, you ain't lying. But I also think this, though. Even though I say what was you doing, I still don't agree with it. But I'll probably give some rationale behind it. I think also they was at a point where it probably was more so about just still trying to get other things out there. Like, keep on, working out other wrinkles. You know what I'm saying? Even saw Ryan Switzer get a jet sweep out there, stuff like that. But I think that they probably was just trying to pull stuff out because it was like real live. It was competitive action going on. So it was like, okay, let's try to open up this playbook and do a few other things. You know what I'm saying? But again, still in all, man, Dallas, come on, don't play with our emotions like that, man. Like, it's late.
Especially
man,
the way this year going.
Yeah, the way this year going, man, we can't afford no losses like that, man. So, take care of my boys. Take care of 214 and the rest of them, man. So that was my what was you doing, man. Turning point of the game, Jeff.
It was that Mac Hollins touchdown, man, because it was like the stadium was kind of like, having that lull. It was like, damn, man, we may be 4-5-2. The team may be reading what they're hearing about themselves in the media. You know what I'm saying? The Skins coming in, like, going to come back and make the division a little closer than what it should be. But Wentz just, ignited the city, man, and that whole team. Once he threw that bomb, and Randy Moss touched on it when it was the halftime show, he said, man, he got this crowd going. I think Philly about to start rolling, and he hit it on the head. But once that touchdown happened, our next 3 drives, Wentz led us to touchdowns and basically put the game out of reach for Washington to come back. But, yeah, that was the turning point, man. That 64-yarder, like, that throw was beautiful, man. Like I said, this the play before he had just got sacked and was pissed at the offensive line that he got sacked, but he shook it off, stood tall in the pocket. And the pass protection was great on that play too as well. Offensive line did their thing, but and Hollins ran a great route too. We got to start getting him some more snaps out there. Like, I don't know, what they're gonna do, but Torrey can take a back seat for a little bit. Because every time he out there, he just make a big play. Hollins, like, he got like 6 catches. But I'm pretty sure like at least 5 of them for all touchdowns. Not touchdowns, first downs or first downs moving the change and like critical moments. Like, he had 2 in Carolina last week when the offense was kind of struggling. So like, I would like to see him get more, get more involved in the offense going forward. But yeah, when Wentz hit him, that kind of like changed the game around, man, and gave us the momentum, and we kind of went ahead and just kept the lead after that.
Yeah, man. That's definitely valid, man. I definitely think that actually got the Eagles rolling, got the Eagles a bit more confident. You know what I'm saying? At a point where I'm sure it was a struggle point to remain confident. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, when you looking up and you seeing your team is like looking sluggish, or is looking like they kind of got things figured out against your offense, it's like, okay, what do we do to really break that ice? And I think that, that touchdown definitely broke the ice, because the Redskins, man, they was out there feeling super confident.
Oh, yeah.
When they was up 3, I'm just like, I'm watching these guys talk heavy and
like
just
Swearinger,
all this.
And you got burnt all game.
Yeah, and he got burnt all game, right. But it's like, with him, it's like, he can be a game changer for them with his physicality and his attitude. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I think them not having those corners hurt them, because it's like they add, it put more pressure on Swearinger, which allows you to really do what you want to do to them, because he can't really cover anybody. But he's definitely a guy that sets the tone for them when they want to play teams nasty. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this, man. I think that not enough people credited the defense. I think that y'all defense early on is really what saved the team, because I believe that if the Skins come back down and maybe score, catch a 10-point lead, or capitalize earlier on, because they were putrid on those 3rd and short calls. Like I don't know why they threw it 4 3rd and 1. You throwing the ball. Now I understand your run game ain't as strong as you.
And we got the best run defense in the league too.
But at the same time, they had a few positive run plays. So you got the 1 yard to go. I'm just going to take my chances.
They didn't run the ball at all on 3rd and short.
On 3rd and short, they didn't run it at all, and it was just like ridiculous. So But anyway, so the defense kept y'all afloat, man. Like, I really believe that defense, man, like, deserves, you know what I mean? Like, I know they gave up some stuff too early, but it was like the offense wasn't helping either. They was throwing it back out on the field, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely think that, that. And also I think what probably could be said too is like, man, the Skins, and I guess this will get into me talking about them next week, but man, them injuries piled up crazy for them. Like up front too, like, the defense started really having a field day on Kirk Cousins.
Injury piled on both sides though. Like we lost, Hicks second play. You know what I mean? Like that was just a physical battle.
But I mean, they lost probably like 3 starters on the offensive line, like throughout the game.
They lost. The center went out for one snap.
The center went out.
Then they lost Scher for one for the rest of the game.
For the rest of the game, but Moses too, Morgan Moses.
Yeah, I don't even think he missed a snap. I mean, he missed one, and he came back in. He fought through.
Both of them, he was fighting through. But anyways, that definitely was the play that really broke the back of people, man. I really definitely think that was the one that broke the back. I'll say this. I think that, I'm going to tell you this. I think that the Cowboys, most important play of the game for them, I think was them, it was like, I really think it was that fumble recovery.
Yeah, I'm about to say the same thing. That just because they came out.
Frazier, right. Because it was like, to me, the Cowboys, I didn't really agree with how they came out. Here it is, first drive of the game. Zeke picks up 5, first drive, first play. After that, they try to throw a pass to Terrence Williams on 2nd and 5. Why not come right back with the run? Where you're going to pick up, you can pick up maybe another 5, or you pick up 4, you pick up 3, you pick up 2. It sets up 3rd and short. 3rd down, incomplete pass to Des Bryant. So it was like, wow, that was quick. Punt the ball, bam. They go ahead, turn the ball over. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kevon Frazier and Xavier Woods. Then, of course, they come right back down and they go get the touchdown. You know what I'm saying? And from there, now you're putting the pressure on this young quarterback that you're playing against.
Making his first start.
Yeah, so it's like, again, I really think that the most important play was really that fumble recovery from the start, because it really swung that momentum, and Dallas literally capitalized. I mean, don't get me wrong, you got to score to go capitalize, but they went and capitalized after that. But it's like that play is like the play that happened to Dallas over the last, couple losses. You know what I'm saying? That would be Dallas in those shoes, fumbling and giving that momentum away just like that. Switzer did it in the Rams. Terrence Williams gave us pick 6 to the Packers, literally gave it to him. So, I mean, again, to me, that was like turning point, because after that, Dallas scored and just kept piling it on, man. I mean, and again, DeMarcus Lawrence and them was putting pressure out there. Sean Lee was back, so that helped. I mean, the secondary played a solid game too. But anyways, yeah, turning point of the game to me was that point right there, because they needed that fumble recovery.
Oh yeah,
because you needed that spark. You know what I mean? Otherwise, if had it went the other way, it probably be like, damn, here we go again. Right. Pressure on us, missed opportunities, maybe a more of a back and forth kind of thing. But Dallas just took the momentum with that and just never looked back. So I definitely would say that probably was like the turning point.
Yeah, it definitely was. Because like you said, you come out, you feeling good, you at home, you get a 3 and out. You're like, all right, cool. We can come in, maybe go ahead, drive, get a touchdown, maybe get a field goal.
Right.
You know what I mean? Put the pressure on them. Right. So, you know what I mean? You don't know what Dallas psyche look like coming out the bye.
And they had the ball first.
Right.
So it's like, hey, man, we can get a points. Before they do. You know what I'm saying? The onus is on them to come back.
We come out of halftime
we come out of halftime with the ball. Right.
Yeah, you never know. But, stuff like that. I mean, small things. I mean, football changing momentum. But, yeah, I would say the same thing. It was that fumble. I don't even know who the punt returner was.
I forgot the punt returner.
But, yeah, that was the turning point, man, because that definitely just like, all right, look, we're going to go ahead, get the ball to Zeke, get this touchdown. And that kind of changed everything. But, sure. I definitely agree with that. So, unpopular opinion. I know right after the game, a couple people was hitting me up. We was talking. They was like making a trade for left tackle, Joe Staley, Dwayne Brown. But I think this is the time to see what you really got in Big V. And I will let him play left tackle. You know what I'm saying? Like he looks better on the left side than he does on the right anyway. When he played against Washington for a little bit, he looked better than he did when he played against Carolina on the right side. So, also people want to move Lane Johnson. I don't want to mess up what you got going on that right side, because Brandon Brooks, nobody really talks about him neither, and he's playing some of the best football on the offensive line. Like, just steady. He might have been our best offensive lineman this year outside of Peters. You know what I mean? So I don't want to mess up that chemistry him and Johnson got on that right side. So like I said, they, when we drafted V, they said they look at him as a potential starter of the future. So I think these next, 9 games, I think you should see what you got. So you go into the next offseason knowing like, okay, maybe we have a starter here that can play left tackle. Because left tackle, yes, is important, but if you go back to what we did when we did our top 10 edge rushers, most of them dudes are left side.
Playing against the
right tackle. Right. So, I mean, it is important, left tackle is. Don't get me wrong. It's still important because it's the blind side for your quarterback. But they don't face the dominant edge rushers like the right tackles do. I mean, you can move them over, but it's not the same. You can't just like, all right, we're going to put him on the right side now. Like, it changes for the rusher as well. So, like, I would just not mess up. I would change just one spot instead of changing 2 and just messing up the whole chemistry at the offensive line.
That chemistry is important.
Let them play on the left side. You know what I'm saying? If you want to, you can make a trade for Joe Staley if you want. You know what I'm saying? That's a name that people are throwing out. We played him Sunday, actually, too. So, but I would see what V got. You know what I mean? Young guy. They say Stoutland love him. They see the progression in him. So, look, I mean, I said last week I don't know if he could be a starter, but I'm cool with being wrong again. You know what I'm saying? Like I was wrong with Nelson Aguilar. So, let us see what he got. You know what I mean? See if he can hold down that fort. So, because I don't know about Peters, man. You know what I mean? He'd be 36 next year, ACL, rehab. That's tough.
Peters got to hang it up.
You know what I'm saying? So, I know he want to try to win a Super Bowl, win a playoff game and all that. I understand that, but that's tough to try to come back from that. Even though he was playing great football. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. Him and Joe Thomas both got hurt Sunday. You know what I mean? 2 of the legends that left tackle of this past ever. But, yeah, I will stick with V and see what we got going forward. So, see if he could be that left tackle of the future, or see if we got to go ahead and address that position in the offseason. But that's my unpopular opinion, man. Let's stick with V at tackle, man, left tackle. Because the thing, you could scheme his ways, like the way our coaching staff been, we've been overcoming injuries. So, I mean, these are big injuries. You know, this is a big one. Yeah, probably the worst one.
Him and Hicks, too, man.
You know what I mean? Hicks. Like, I'm not even about the Hicks injury. I mean, it's a big loss, but the way, like I said, Kendricks and Brad have been playing, we play nickel anyway. So we play 2 linebackers majority of the time anyway. So Kendricks should get on the field more. And especially we got Graham. We got Graham playing safety, so you can have Jenkins slide down in that linebacker role and play like that, you know, be another linebacker because he's a great tackler. So, like, we got things we could do on the defense to kind of cover that up a little bit. Okay. But the left tackle is where I'm more concerned about.
For sure.
But like I said, the coaching staff offensively has been doing great this year, so they can scheme, slide some protection there, chip. do some more zone blocking, like where you could leave the right side man to man and let the left side, kind of figure it out. You know what I mean? Like a zone blocking thing like that. So there's ways we can scheme around that. You know what I mean? And like Doug was doing a great job this year. So, but yeah, I would have stick via left tackle, man, and see what we got. That's what I would do. Unpopular opinion going forward.
I mean, yeah, it helps too that your quarterback, can move too. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, but the question is how many times he gonna survive too moving? Mm-hmm. That is something that you do got to be fearful of. Man, he's taking a lot on. I mean, he's doing a phenomenal job. You know what I'm saying, of breaking free and all that. Being a magician out there. But man, it's that's a lot of body. To take on, man. I mean, you don't want to see a Big Ben situation. You know what I'm saying, where a lot of the little ticky tack things turn into certain things. I don't know, but I mean, yeah. I mean, I hear you. I definitely hear you. And another thing people gotta understand too, man, is just it's not Madden. You just can't just trade for guys because guys don't just always be available. Cause
you gotta learn the offense.
Yeah, first gotta learn the offense, right? Communicate with those players that are out there too. They got to build camaraderie because I think that's what helped Dallas too, offensive line wise. They had like 2 weeks to finally with them Cooper, just said like, yo, let's go sit down, let's watch this tape, let's understand where we are, where we need to be. You know what I'm saying? So, because again, it's a different ball game. You got Zach Martin now who got to be communicating with Lyle Collins, who wasn't used to that when they out there on the field. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Tyron Smith, who was also struggling earlier with, still with the bad back. And it's funny, I said that, Trophy Sports again. I said that like week 2. Like, yo, I don't think Tyron Smith is the same right now. I think he's bothered. A couple weeks later, it comes out, his back's bothering him. I said that. So, but anyways, I definitely feel you on that. My unpopular opinion, probably, I don't know. I don't really know. I don't really see a lot of Cowboys fans saying this, but, it's not even really personnel-wise because we already know where I stand personnel-wise. Start Butler over Terrence Williams. Get Jeff Heath out of there. But my unpopular opinion is right now this team is about to reel a winning streak off. I really believe that. A lot of people, for whatever reasons, are choosing to try to be down or just try to troll Cowboys fans, whatever the case may be. But one thing good teams do, like really good teams, they come out of slumps. You know what I'm saying? Last week is funny, right? I was looking at something. Last year, 2016, your top 6 teams in the NFC by week 7, you know who they were? Top 6 teams in the NFC.
Oh, Minnesota was one.
Yep, there you go. Dallas 5-1, Minnesota 5-1. You had the Packers who were 4-2. You had the Eagles who were 4-2. You also had Seattle who was like 4-1-1 or something like that. And the funny thing is 2 of those teams didn't make the playoffs. You know what I mean? The Packers actually, but while they were 4-2 during week 7, which is why I continue to tell people, football, man, is literally a long season. Like people think like, oh, it's only 16 games, but it's like no, it's still a long season because so many different things happen. Green Bay started 4-2. Green Bay ended up being 4-6 at one point. Lost 4 straight games. Ended up winning 6 straight games to go ahead and go into the playoffs. See what I'm saying? So again, it's like these are the waves that the season comes in. Dallas, on the other hand, won like 11 straight games. Eagles lost a few games, won a few games, ended up 7-9. Giants ended up rising up in there and taking over. Atlanta was another team that popped up and really like took off. You know what I'm saying? So they was 4-3 at the time. They ended up 11-5. I believe good teams, man, figure themselves out and do what they do. I feel like the Cowboys been doing what they do, not being on all cylinders, like I said earlier, are at 3-3. And, we can play the what-if games. And, I mean, it's legitimate what-ifs, too, though. I mean, like, they crucial points of the game, they turned the ball over, they lost. So, and that was against 2 of the teams that were, at the time, 2 of the better teams in the NFC. This is a team that can score against anybody. I believe with the secondary settling down, Jordan Lewis has proven himself to be a player. One thing I will be a little cautious about is when they move those guys out into space and go that little quick slant with those little speedsters because he likes to get his hands on guys. He can be beat when those quarterbacks roll those guys out to that side and underneath. But as far as just him being a corner, man, he's been playing good ball. But I believe the secondary's chilling and they finally communicating what they need to do, which is why I still need to see Heath out of there because I just don't like Heath out there. But with Hitchens coming back now from that injury, play solid ball. Sean Lee's out there, man. And that defensive line coming to their own. Again, I think this team is really primed to start the real wins off. And the next few games, you got Washington, you got Kansas City, who I've been consistently saying on here, man. I really believe that Kansas City, I mean, they're a good team. They'll make the playoffs, but they wasn't what everybody's thinking they are. And it's at home. You got Falcons, who at one point that you looked like that was going to be like some kind of, formidable task. But here it is now. The Falcons are a team where I thought they weren't going to beat New England, but they was going to come out of offensive funk.
Mm-hmm.
We got to figure out what the Falcons is doing. They really must miss Kyle Shanahan. I don't really know what it is. It's just not right. It's really not right. But anyways, yeah. So this is a great time for Dallas to reel a few wins off, quite a few of them, leading up to this Eagles game, man. And then even after that, they got the Chargers, which is another winnable game. So I think this Cowboys team is about to reel wins off. Unpopular opinion, because I guess like it's a popular thing for everybody to act like Dallas is actually 1-6 or something, but they're 3-3. But I think this team is about to really impose their will. I think they're going to score points. They're gaining their swagger, and that's that. That's for me. My unpopular opinion, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't really see a lot of Cowboys fans really having confidence like that either. They keep hitting you with this still early thing. I've said it throughout the season. I said it even in our losses, like, this team is literally going to win, still going to win 10 games at least. Like, so that's just where I'm at, and I really believe that, though. So
yeah, I don't know, because, like, you can play, like, the way you see, like, we can figure it out. You look at Atlanta, they could possibly figure it out by the time y'all see them. Washington, that's a tough divisional game. Kansas City, who I still personally believe in, they just lost the divisional game and lost to a great Pittsburgh team. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we still got to take it like a week by week thing. You know what I mean, with y'all, because I know y'all just beat the Niners, but it's still the Niners, and they got a rookie quarterback playing his first start. So I just think before, like, we talk about making off runs, we got to see some consistency from y'all. Like, you know what I mean? All right. Yeah, because like, it's still, like you say, I think you said earlier, but Sean Lee was there against Green Bay and
he wasn't
Rams. I'm saying, you said if he was there, y'all be 5-1, but he was there when y'all played Denver, and Denver did whatever they did. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We can do that, but
and that was that was the only team that really outburst on us, like, while Sean Lee was around.
Right,
and,
but you know what I'm saying?
Everything went right for Denver too, so we won't even say that. The offense really went brain dead. Like, if we're gonna be honest, and we don't.
I'm talking about defensively though. Y'all couldn't stop them defensively.
But I'm saying at the same time, but the offense was throwing that defense out there. They was gas. That defense was gas.
But I'm saying, but you know what I'm saying? It's still that could potentially happen again. You see Seattle, who defense is good. You know what I mean? Like, so is. I don't know, like, because that's coming into the year. Like I said, I had y'all finishing third behind. Everybody was wrong on the Giants. But I just think, we got to see more from y'all to see if y'all can put that consistency together, because it's.
I gave you consistency. At the same time,
But I'm saying y'all 3-3. So it's
but here's my point though. In the NFL, you got to score points, and again, Dallas scored enough points and did what they had to do to beat both Rams and Green Bay. They lost the games, you know what I'm saying? Again, crucial points of the game. They end up losing the games. And those two teams were teams that were some of the, highest scoring teams in football. So with that being said, Dallas is going to be able to score points on the rest of these football teams. And again, the defense is not going to come out there and be yielding 35 points to all these other football teams.
But who's to say y'all going to score 35 points on these teams? That's what I'm saying. Like, you got to play. You got to kind of be realistic.
Well, listen.
You got to be realistic. Hold on.
Okay.
You got to kind of be realistic, though, because you're not going to come out and score 30 every week. Like, this is the NFL. It's not going to happen that way. You know what I'm saying? It looks like that, but like I said, it's not going to happen.
But it's the last 4 weeks, though.
But your defense. But I'm saying, hold on.
But you said be consistent.
But I'm saying your defense hasn't shown to be consistent to stop other offensive teams. The Skins can score. The Chiefs can score as well. So it could come down again to one play maybe. Y'all still going to have Terrence Williams out there who can make a boneheaded play. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you never know. Like, when we had Bobby on here, he was telling you, like, some things that just don't seem right this season. So we don't know to say we're going to run off a few wins. You just saying it because you're a fan right now.
No. I'm saying that because, again, like I said, the offense already was not clicking at 100%. And, again, they still was dropping 30 points a game over the last 4 weeks. Even over, again, like I said, the Rams, a lot of people are high on them right now, talking about them, raving over them, everything else. Drop 30 on them. You know what I'm saying? Drop 30 on the Packers, who actually just really put up a great fight against the Saints, and the Saints couldn't really separate themselves from them. So, again, like I said, I'm talking about teams I've watched. You saying, how can Dallas be sure that they're going to do it against Kansas City? The same Kansas City has been giving up points the last couple weeks.
But
in every game.
You keep talking about offense. Jeff, you're not talking about the defense, though.
Jeff, but at the same time, again, and those teams are going to have to come out and outscore the Cowboys. And that's going to remains to be seen.
The Chiefs put up points, though. You keep saying the Chiefs put up points.
But all I'm saying is, again, Sean Lee's there. David Irving's there. DeMarcus Lawrence, who's been playing better than any pass rusher in football right now, is still on that side of the football. The secondary is improving every week. I'm using logic behind what I'm saying. So I'm using logic behind everything that I'm saying. And the same thing could be said about the Eagles.
We're not talking about the Eagles. We're not talking. No. Hold on. Wait. This is what y'all do. This is what. Hold on. This is what y'all always. We not. Wait. We're not talking about the Eagles though. We talking about the Cowboys right now.
Jeff.
We're talking about the Cowboys.
Because what you trying to say right now is though. What are you saying?
But did I say my team gonna run off wins? I didn't say that. So don't put my team in the conversation.
So don't you think y'all gonna make the playoffs?
Wait.
Don't you think y'all gonna make the playoffs?
I said that, yeah, but I'm not gonna say we go about to run all wins because, like I said, we still gotta see. I didn't say that, but this is what y'all do. Y'all do this. Wait, hold on. We're not talking about the Eagles. Let's talk about Dallas.
But because what you're trying to say is though is like, we never know and all this and all that. All I'm saying is this is my unpopular opinion. So we can keep playing and we never know, and you can keep throwing variables, and that can exist for every football team.
But I'm going to tell you my opinion on it.
All I'm saying is, listen, all I'm saying is, and again, and that's cool, because the great thing is we will see. But all I'm telling you is like, this is no fan in me. I'm talking about the consistency off of what I'm seeing from this offense, and again, with this defense coming together as they are, and I'm talking everything that I'm saying is factual, again. And again, like I said, just through the consistency of any other season, we talking about good teams and what good teams do. Teams can start 3-3 and dig in, and it's easy to see a team in the second half of the year turn up like good teams do. And that's what I'm saying. Same thing. I made the same argument. This ain't me as a fan. I said it about the Pack. I said it about the Pats. I said it about the Steelers when people would tell me I was crazy when I said that they're better than the Chiefs. I don't care that the Chiefs beat the Pats early in the year. These teams are good teams. They'll figure it out. What are they all at now? 5-2. Hold on.
Don't compare y'all to the Pats and the Steelers, though.
But the same thing existed for Green Bay, who had no defense but still scored a lot.
They have Aaron Rodgers.
It don't matter. And we got Dak Prescott.
He's not Aaron Rodgers.
It don't matter, but we still score a lot of points. We still score a lot of points.
He's not Aaron Rodgers.
We still score a lot of points.
He's not Aaron Rodgers.
We still score a lot of
points.
Hold on.
Okay, so you say, but hold on. You say number one, the Pats and the Steelers, Hall of Fame coach, Hall of Fame quarterback. Y'all have neither one of those. Okay, so we can't sit up here and say what
the Falcons. The Falcons. Who's Hall of Fame on the Falcons?
Wait. We didn't say nothing about the Falcons.
I'm talking about. This happens every year.
Hold on.
Is this not every season, though, Jeff?
Wait. You just said the Pats and the Steelers.
Listen, no. You isolated them too. I talked about the Raiders. I said the Raiders. The Raiders just won a couple games back then.
And even them, they haven't proven anything yet. They still struggling.
I still got them. And they just beat the Chiefs. And I still got them.
But that's a divisional game.
And winning some games.
That's a divisional game. But my point. But listen. But wait. Hold on. You said. Listen. You just said. I'm not hedging anything.
I mean, you hedging it right now, though.
You just said last week you worried about Ryan Marinelli. So what's going to change? How the defense going to get better if you're saying Ryan Marinelli got to go?
The personnel out there.
Wait a minute. You just said, but you knew all this personnel was coming back when you said Ryan Marinelli got to go because your scheme.
I still think he got to go.
Wait a minute. Let me talk. You just said your team, you got to change the scheme. So how are you going to sit up here and say the defense is going to improve when you got the same scheme where the quarterback?
The offense still going to score points.
But so is the opposite of.
Which still helps defense. You just said the same thing about Zeke. If Zeke run the ball, we control the rock. That defense stays fresh.
That was against the San Francisco 49ers.
Zeke ran against Green Bay too, and we didn't stick with it.
And what happened?
We didn't stick with it.
Y'all lost the game.
We didn't stick with it. It happened against the Packers too.
Listen to my point. But listen to my point. What is going to change? You keep saying this.
I just told you.
Hold on.
So all we can do is
let me finish. You just said last week Ryan Marinelli, the scheme is not working. So he's not going to switch the scheme. So teams are going to be scoring points on you as well. You're going to be in games like you was against the Rams and like you was against Green Bay.
No, they
so
not.
You can
listen. Now look what you're doing. Now you just said, right, this is what you just told me. That we're not going to be able to score 30, but you're going to keep telling me teams going to keep being able to score 30 on us.
Because you said that.
Come on,
you
man.
said you got to change your scheme.
Don't go to what I said. This is what you just said.
But dog, it's your unpopular opinion.
Listen, don't tell me what I just said.
But I'm telling you about your unpopular opinion.
But listen, if that's your rebuttal, you can't tell me that team's going to score 30 if we ain't going to score 30 every week.
My point is what I'm saying to you is you just said you have worries about Ryan Marinelli's defensive scheme, and that's not changing.
This is what I said. I said down this stretch in the playoffs, I said there are great quarterbacks who eat the cover 2 up for food, for dinner, period. That's what they do. So in those games,
see good quarterbacks.
So in those games,
you're gonna see him in the regular season.
In those games, and we saw him last year. And again, like
this is not last year though. So you're 3-3 right now. You was 5-1 last year. You're 3-3 now.
My point is
2017.
And that still don't mean nothing.
It's 2017.
3 teams go to playoffs every year. I just proved my point from last year, the year before that.
But you're not. But this is not last year. This is not none of that.
Listen, and again, this team is still talented and still good enough.
There's a lot of teams talented in the NFL. Like stop. You think you're the only team talented?
The Cowboys team is better than the majority of the team in football.
How?
Period. It don't matter.
How?
Like all of what you saying, again, like I said, my unpopular opinion, and I stated it like I said, and we'll see how it plays out. We be here every week, so I don't got to keep going back and forth about what I'm saying.
But think about it, because when y'all lose, you sit up here and come up with these excuses.
Ain't no excuses, dog. We break the game down. Whatever we lost for, we lost for.
Bro, my point is, you sit up here with this cockiness like I say now. Like I say now, this is that. But you said y'all was going to do this and that, and you're 3-3 now. So it don't matter what you say now because it has to transpire. I'm just going off your logic. At the
same time, and at the same time, in those games, a few plays decided the game.
That's the NFL, dog.
Listen,
NFL.
It is NFL, but don't act like I'm way off base. We sat here and lost to the damn Rams and the Packers. Okay, they were two good teams.
And you still got to play good teams. You got to play the Chiefs. You got to play the Seahawks.
And we lost. And we lost them based upon our mistakes in the game. So don't say and act like, yo, we've been getting blown out. And I'm way off. Like
we just said it's not blown in the NFL. We just said it's not blown in the NFL.
You act like I made an egregious statement. Like, man, come on, man. All right, we gotta make our picks though, man. But like I said, my unpopular opinion, we gonna roll some wins off. Period.
And you're not, because I don't think y'all are.
You saying you are? Yeah, you're Eagles fan, of course.
So no. My picks been right about y'all all year. I'm undefeated picking y'all games. I'm undefeated picking y'all games. Yeah.
Dolphins
keep going.
And Ravens.
Yeah, keep
Dolphins
going.
And Ravens.
Ravens.
I like the Ravens.
They home. The Ravens.
Yeah, Ravens, I guess, man. Thursday game, but I'll take the Ravens. Matt Moore got to start in the show week. Vikings at the Browns.
Vikings, easy.
Vikings at the Browns. Vikings easy. Falcons at the Jets.
Falcons.
Jets should have won the last couple games, but they be turned into the Jets. Panthers at the Bucks.
I'm going to go with the Panthers. Just don't think Tampa Bay they just not getting it right this year. I'm going to go with Carolina and them. I'm going to go with Cam and company.
Damn, that's hard. I like the Bucks. I think I'm rolling with the Bucks because I think the Bucks figured it out a little bit at the end of the last game. But, man, they terrible. They tough this year. 49ers at the Eagles.
Eagles.
Yeah, I like the Eagles. Bears at the Saints.
Saints.
I'm a little sketchy on the Saints, man. I ain't really sold on
in that dome. No, never that.
But I mean, the Bears hung in
a
lot of games.
And the Bears offensively can't. They can't score the key with Drew Brees.
They're not going to have.
They're not going to get 2 defensive touchdowns every week.
Yeah,
Drew Brees not get the ball out of that.
Absolutely. But
Saints.
Yeah, I definitely rolled the Saints. Chargers at the Pats.
I'm going with the Pats.
Yeah, I'm going with the Pats, man. Pats is hitting in their groove. Raiders at the Bills.
The Raiders.
I'm liking the Raiders too. Again, I think that's another team turning up. Colts at the Bengals.
Colts just can't get right.
Oh, yeah. Goodness. The Bengals ain't much right either.
But they defense playing well, though.
But
so I'm going to go with them.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Bengals, forcing a few turnovers. Texans at the Seahawks.
I'm going to go with the Seahawks. I think Texans coming off a bye, going up Seattle. It's kind of rough for the rookie, man. I mean, I like Watson. He's not your average rookie, but still, I think that's a tall task, man, to go up there.
Low key.
It's going to be close, but I don't think he can pull it off, man.
Low key, some real sneaky pickup, man. Seahawks grabbed Dwight Freeney.
Yep.
Fresh, coming in the middle of the season, fresh legs, just can wake up and rush the passer.
Yep.
Seahawks about to make some moves. I like the Seahawks over the Texans. Cowboys at the Redskins.
I got the boys. Too many injuries out Washington, man.
Definitely way too many injuries out Washington. I got the Cowboys too. Steelers at the Lions. There's some solid games this week.
Yeah. Stafford a little banged up. I'm gonna go with the Steelers. And the Steelers defense playing lights out, man.
Yeah, Steelers defense is definitely playing
Hayden
ball.
Been playing ball. Burns been playing ball. They corners been doing their thing.
I actually like the Lions for the upset, man. I think the Lions on the slide, but I think the Lions is a team with pride that's going to try to end that slide. And then they take a week off. They come off the bye week. Yeah, they got time to prepare for Pittsburgh too, man. I like the Lions, man, at home on that Sunday night game. Broncos at the Chiefs.
I got the Chiefs. The Broncos just seem like I don't know. They can't get it going. Simeon all banged
offensively.
Up. Yeah, Simeon banged up. They weapons not stepping up how you think. They got offensive line issues. I'm going to go with the Chiefs at home, man.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Chiefs, but I think that game is going to be tight, man. I think it's really going to be a tight game, man.
The defense is going to keep it tight.
It's divisional, but yeah, but I think Denver – I don't know why, but Denver's a prideful unit. So I somehow, some way, they're going to make that a game. They're going to figure out something on offense, man. It's just going to be a tight game, though. And the Chiefs are reeling, too. They just took a couple losses, so they trying to slow it down, too. But, yeah, that's going to be a tight game. But I got the Chiefs in a squeaker, man. Give me a score, man, for the Eagles and Niners.
34-13.
34-13. Yeah. I think that's pretty cool. I was actually going with 31-14, so like we pretty much on the same page. I called it 10-point win for y'all too against the Skins last week. And
I think I had a 7 point.
I was pretty on point. I said 27-17. But score for Cowboys and Redskins.
I'm gonna go 24-21.
You got Skins score 21?
Yeah. I just think Kurt can get some things done, but I think at the end, I don't think there's going to be enough. You know what I mean?
Man, I actually got Dallas winning double figures, man. 31-20. I think the Cowboys will continue to get out there, score. Redskins is in bad shape. Short week. Y'all really physical game. Too many injuries up front on that line. So I think that they really get to Cousins. And, shoot, y'all show it, man. You blitz the guy, man. They clueless. They don't know what to do, man. Those wide receivers, it's like,
don't trust them.
I was gonna say that, man. They really, they're not really in sync. So when Kirk being able to still put those numbers up, this shows how good he is.
Yeah,
too.
they better. I mean, I hope they don't sign him. Let him go if y'all want. But they be fooled. They let that guy go.
Kid can play, man. But I do question him, man, when he's under pressure, though, man. He looks like he's a little rattled, man. So I think Dallas gets to him early, man. I think Dallas also scores a few points. And I like Dallas 31-20, man. So, listen, man, that's Trophy Sports today. You know what I'm saying? Got a little heated, you know what I mean? And it's all good. Because the great thing is, man, we're going to be able to come back to this, man, and look at it weeks later, man.
And y'all be like, man, Jeff told him, man.
Man,
you know
listen. Listen. You know what I mean? See, again, that's why my unpopular opinion is a bold one. You know what I mean? It's easy to take the field. It's the NFL. We know anything can happen, I mean, any given Sunday. But I really think, again, based off of not even just Sunday, I'm talking even in the losses, you know, this team, again, is finding themselves and getting back in their groove. Now, I'm scared for teams like Atlanta who really, again, like I said, I expected them to lose, but just can't get it going. The Cowboys are putting up points. And, again, like I said, I believe that they'll make the necessary adjustments to make sure that they'll go ahead and control the clock, score their points, and win their games.
We'll see.
So yes, we will. We'll see. We certainly will see. So hold me to it. Y'all, listen, check in, tune in. Y'all can get back with me weeks later and everything else. But I've been saying what I've been saying about the Chiefs and other teams as well. So, you know, it is what it is, man. But another great episode in, man. Give us y'all feedback. Get with us, man.
Yep.
And, you know, we'll be back here, Lord willing, next week to do it again, man.
You know what I mean? So we get at me, Philly Freck 215. You know what I'm saying? Get at me.
Yo, man, Pastor Carl Day, man, on Twitter, Instagram, everything else, man. Y'all can find me on there. Please, man, check our show out, man. Shout out, man. We in 26 states right now?
23 in D.C.
Okay, 23 in D.C. Okay, man. So pretty much half the country, man. We need more.
Need
y'all,
the other half to come in for the second half of the season.
Right, for the second half of the season, man. So, you know, next week we might have a few special guests too on there, man. So get ready for our midway point of the season. You know, and again, shout out to Green Turtle. Green Turtle, man. Y'all could visit them this week. Say the Word podcast.
You get a free appetizer with two entrees.
There you go. Well, no, you got to get the
two entrees.
Then you get the appetizer.
We
got to be clear, man, because you know y'all ain't about to go in there.
Right. Like, yo, Jeff and Carl said, yo, you know what I mean?
Nah, man.
Get the entrees, say podcast, you get the appetizer, the free appetizer.
True indeed, man. Trust me. And again, man, great food, great vibes. Nice location, really nice
TVs
spot,
all
man.
over the spot.
TVs all over the place, man. So, you know. So, again, man, that's another episode in the books, y'all.
Get with y'all next week. Get with y'all next week,
and we'll see what happens, man. We better come back next week, talk about everything, man. And, you know, I don't know. Hopefully, for both our sakes, man, we be coming back after wins, talking about this, you know, talk about it or whatever. Or we're still getting to everything else on the NFL.
Yes, sir.
Peace, y'all.